Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new educational commentary video. Today I prepared a double feature. Two games I played earlier, each with a different character. The first game I'll be showing you guys is a Valk match on Temple Garden. The second, a Nobushi game on Beachhead. The latter will be a game I lose, but I think there's still a lot to show you guys in that match. But before we get to any of that, we're starting with Valk. So, Valk is one of my favorite characters to play, even if she's not the best in terms of viability. I think she's quite fun, her feats are very well designed and synergize with each other, and in general she just feels nice. That is until you play someone who knows how to defend, but I don't think there were any such players in this game. So starting off, again this is Temple Garden, they have Highlander, Sand, Zerker and Raider. With the exception of Centurion, that is an actually good 4v4 team composition, so I was a little bit worried, wasn't sure what to expect from these players. They seem to be in a clan or of some sorts, so I was thinking that they might be, posing a threat. But as we start off, I go mid again. Even if Valk is not the best mid character in the game, I would still go in matchmaking at least, I would still go to mid. Orochi and I get to mid, I decide to go for another clump of minions. And there's a big team fight in mid, which obviously I go to help. Now I see my teammate being carried by the Raider, I try and help as best as I can. And I deal a decent amount of damage. There I shouldn't have done that, of course. Zerker has high armor, so that was a big mistake. But I think I kill Zerker here, yep, he couldn't block my top lights. And I think I end up finishing off the Centurion here as well. So against the Sand there, what I did is I waited for him to kind of be in minions, and regardless of whether he would unlock to run away or not, I decided to go for the dash light, as that, if he was hit by a minion for example, that would be guaranteed. If he were to unlock like he did, that would be guaranteed as well, or almost guaranteed. I don't know why my entire team went to heal on A, but I guess that's what we decided to do collectively, which was a bit of a mistake. Here I'm finding 1v1 against the Berserker. It's very important not to let Berserker go into his chains very easily. So I try and parry the heavy. Here he messes up royally, and I think I almost killed him, yeah. I eat a lot of damage though, so that was a big mistake of mine, and now I'm in big trouble. So here what I'm trying to do is just survive as long as possible until I can find a place to safely heal. And the Zerker left me, but now it's the Centurion and Raider, who, again, Raider can, can catch me, but I think I'm gonna survive here anyway. And my Shinobi teammate comes in to help, and I can go to heal to C. Now I only have my tier 1 feed unlocked, which is a little bit of a shame, because it's already been 2.5 minutes. I would have liked to have at least almost have my tier 2, or actually already have it, because it is a very strong feat. Now my Shinobi teammate kills one of the opponents, and I try to help him, but the issue is the Shinobi is not slide tackling, which is what he's supposed to be doing. If he had slide tackled here, we would have won the situation, but unfortunately we're just kind of giving him revenge, and I think he's about to get it. So I just turn around, leave, I kill a few minions, and I lock back on, and yeah, he has revenge. So my Shinobi teammate is kind of in trouble, and I can't do much to help him. But fortunately, the Shinobi kills the Raider, and here he helps me as well. I was gonna eat a lot of damage from that, and we kill the Sand. So in this game so far, what's been most important is staying alive. I've not died, even though I've had very low health for a long time. So that's very important. Here we try to finish off this Zerker, which I think I will now. Yep. Here we deal a lot of damage, but I think I just end up leaving. Yeah, the entire team is already there. There's no point. My entire team is already there. There's no point in being there. And I go to clear mid. Again, very important to do this. It gives you a lot of renown, even if you're not a mid character. Now, of course, if your mid clear is absolutely terrible, you don't want to be doing this too much. Like, I don't know, a gladiator or someone, right? You don't want to be doing that too much, or warlord. But as a Valk who has decent mid clear, you can do it. Here I'm fighting the Raider 1v1. I'm hoping he can defend very well, and I think he ends up not being able to. Here that wasn't guaranteed, that sweep was not guaranteed, but I thought I would throw him into a wall. I'm just trying to be kind of safe with my stamina, but at the same time I do kind of want to risk it, which I guess is a contradictory statement, but the guy was you know, clearly having difficulties in defending, so I wanted to finish him off quickly so I can get my tier 3 feed and help. So now this is a 1v3, now it's a 2v3, but the Zerker is very low, so the entire time as I'm doing this, I'm trying to kind of look how to kill him with my, whether it's with my Javelin, which I think I will end up using in the center right now. Yep, Javelin is a very good feed, 50 damage, and if I have Bloodlust, or of course any other buff, but Bloodlust is the one I can give myself, let's say, it deals 75 damage, so it's really strong. And here's just a matter of finishing off the Highlander, which I do right now. And I got Bloodlust procced, which is a little bit of a shame. I would rather not have it activated right now, as it does have a little bit of a cooldown, even though it is a passive feat. And yeah, now I go mid as per usual, but now they actually have mid, so me clearing mid is much more important than it was before. Before I was just doing it for renown mostly, but now there's no need for me to have renown as I already have my tier 4. So I just kind of clear it very quickly, and there's a big fight on C. And here I think I just Fire Flask because I see the Zerker went for an execution, which makes the Fire Flask 100% kill him. The Scent was killed by the Fire Flask as well, which is nice. And now we win the game. But before I kind of wrap this up, what's important here, and I think this is going to be like the most important thing to take away from this video, or from this part of the video, is I'm sitting here, right? I'm not going to fight. I'm not doing anything, as I'm sitting here on the 2 bodies and I'm waiting until we have 1.1k points. Now, why that specific number? That specific number is important because that means that even if they take one of our points, they're still breaking, so they would have to take the entire map to unbreak. Technically the best solution there would have been to just wait until 1.2k, and then they wouldn't have been able to ever unbreak. But there were only 2 of them alive, and it's also a matchmaking game. I was confident enough to the point where that would work. But you have to at least wait until 1.1k points. So just sit on the point, or try to kill minions, or whatever else, whatever way you have to get to 1.1k points, go do that. That's very, very important in the end. And now, of course, yeah, I ended up finishing up the Highlander with my Javelin. That was a decent game, but again, the 2 biggest takeaways are staying alive as long as possible by rolling, by sprinting around, by trying to just survive and then go heal, so you don't give the opponents renown. And the second most important thing is how to finish off a game, which is wait for 1.1k points and then go fight. So welcome to the second game. This time it's a match in progress that I joined with Nobushi, which, you know, is a bit unlucky, but the game still ended up being somewhat okay, and there's a few things I would like to show you guys. So again, this is Beachhead, as I said at the beginning of the video, which it's not a good map, very unlucky that we get to play on it, but no, this is matchmaking, so we will be playing on all the maps possible. Now when it comes to my opponent's team composition, it's Zerker, or double Zerker actually, Orochi and Warden. So a big part of what I'm going to be talking to you guys about will be how to stay alive as long as possible, which is a thing I've talked about a few times already, but how to stay alive against very quick characters and kind of how to deal damage to them in a ganked situation, let's say. So I go immediately to A right off the bat. There's a raider here. I'm not sure if it's a player or a bot, as we do have 2 bots. I think this is a player, the raider. I do my best to deal as much damage as possible here, but didn't quite get enough to kill him. Now, hidden Sansakuna, which is a great montage move. That's not the biggest deal though. And here there's 3 very quick characters. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to external guard the one that's most likely to deal damage to me. So it was the Orochi for a while and the other Zerker, as I was looking at the Zerker that was a little bit further away from me. And here, yeah, here we just killed them. So what I did there at the end is I saw the Raider wind up for a huge zone, right? The chain zone that deals 50 damage. So just like in the previous video, where I lighted for a Warden heavy, I did the same thing here. I saw that there was a big zone coming, so I decided to light attack the Zerker. Yeah, try to use external guards as much as possible. There will be a link in the description or possibly in the corner of the screen showing you guys where to find kind of a tutorial on external guards. It is a video I made a while ago, so just make sure to use that properly. So here I'm going to C. I'm trying my best to deal as much damage as possible without dying, as I am a character that can't really deal much damage in an actual 1v1. And here I mess up royally twice in a row. I shouldn't backdash there, but that gives me a good chance to show you guys what to do even if you're this low. So I use Smoke Bomb, very very strong feat, and I'm just trying to survive as long as possible. I think I'm gonna die here anyway, but I'm just trying to survive. Yep, and I ended up dying here anyway, but I survived additional 10-15 seconds, which is nice because my team now has A and B. They've gotten to kill a few more minions maybe, or maybe if they died, they got to... Oh yeah, I forgot that we did have bots on our team. I think 2 bots and a player, yeah. But even then, like, maybe my team died while I was getting 1v3'd, but that means that they had the time to go back and respawn, right? Which is very nice. And speaking of respawning, well, now I'm up again. I'm gonna go here on A, try and kill these people as quick as possible. I'm trying my best to mess with the guy in terms of indicators. I think, yeah, I survived that bomb. I didn't get hit by it. And now this is another situation of trying to survive as long as possible. I'm trying to help my teammate as much as possible as well, but it's a little bit difficult when he's this low. But he does get revenge, which is nice. And I almost killed that Zerker, and I think I ended up killing him. Yep, he's dead, which is great. It's important to put on pressure on people who are low in this situation, but don't give them revenge. Like, if they block you for a long time, just stop attacking them, because you will give them revenge, and that's bad. Here I shouldn't have done the Viper Retreat on a parry, because he has the feat that makes it so that he doesn't get any damage. Doesn't take any damage from bleeds. Get deflected, which is a little bit of a shame. And I could have stopped the revive, but I messed up. I should have just zoned there. But again, this is another situation. Just trying to survive. And then I died to a longbow, which usually wouldn't happen. Of course, usually people would not have longbows in matchmaking. But I mean, again, this is matchmaking, so all the weird things are going to be happening. But again, I've only been 1v2, 1v3 the entire game, and I almost have my tier 4. Now, of course, Nobushi is one of the best characters to do this with. Zerker is another good one. Kensei is somewhat okay as well. Even Orochi can do pretty okay in these situations, especially in matchmaking. But it is something that every character can use. There I messed up. I should have just not kicked, as that made it so that my Raider teammate could not get his punish, or not his charge. And I'm not sure if the game is going to be over here, or if I'm going to survive. Not exactly sure. Oh, that was bad. I thought he would hit a wall, which he did not. And let's see what I do here. I actually don't remember. Again, try and parry, external parries. Try and survive as long as possible. I would have been broken there, but I rolled, and I'm out of stamina against 3 people who have feats. I end up killing 1, and that was a mistake there. That was a really bad fire trap, because yeah, he took a little bit of damage, but I think I ended up dying to it anyway. My own fire trap. Yep, and I'm dead here. So that was really bad by me, and I think we're just going to finish the game here. Yep, I died before breaking, but of course the way the game works, it takes a while for you to actually die after dying, so that was just unlucky and I'm dead. So the most important things in this game, even though we lost, again, we had two bots and we made this a pretty close game, and I got all my feats. And I did all of that by, pretty much all of that by just using external guard. parrying externally, dodging externally, doing zone attacks, of course, as Nobushi, sidewinders, using my feats correctly, except for that one time I used the fire trap wrong. So those are the ways that you guys, even though you're playing by yourself, or even if you are playing by yourself, you can do fine and you can survive as long as possible in matchmaking. So I want to just kind of instill the mindset of worry about myself rather than my team, because if you worry about your team, you're always going to be disappointed in matchmaking. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this double feature, 2 games this time, and see you guys next time.